or Jatan, we were also able to see that air defense was
भाईजान ये
active
देख
here as
सकते हैं
well.
आप, यहाँ पर जो है अभी भारतीय ड्रोन है जिसको गिराने के चक्कर में जो जलालपुर जट्टा की छावनी है वो जो है वो अब फायरिंग
And so, a massive thanks to you so much once again. I hope that does address that the best I can. And that was a pretty funny joke, I gotta admit. But folks like you and your massive support are helping.
up, party people? I'll have the audio going here shortly. Alrighty. So, as you guys know, that first trade. So from weeks ago, obviously we had some drawdown. So like I said right here, I wanted it to hit this zone and go up. But this much of a drawdown is not much at all, because as I said during it, my stop losses would have been right here. I mean, they were right there. I just kind of scaled down, right? But if you look right here passively, it was 80% right. So if you look, okay, price broke out. As soon as it breaks out of there, I was just a couple of days ahead because I was looking for this same exact thing to happen. I said if it comes down to the green, right here, so if we break below this, we would have next entry to scale up at that green demand zone, right? Broke out, tested right to that green demand zone, and I was able to enter in even more right here. And why? based off of equilibrium. 0.5 fib happened to be right there on top of the demand. But on top of that, now we have the market manipulating people out, and we also have the market. I'm using headphones for audio, so my bad if it sounds like shit, but we have the market right here that created these two relative equal highs. We look on the daily. Had this on the video upload yesterday. Where did we sweep to? We swept right here back in December 6th. Strong reaction down. Not only that, huge consolidation within that range too. Strong area of liquidity. With that being said, with those two relative equal highs at that daily liquidity, that's a good magnet for price to go to before we go to the downside. Because right now everybody's shorting and thinking that that is still bearish, but not just yet. Even right here, look, we got 4 changes of structure. Right here, change of market structure to the downside through lower highs. Right, we'll just continue right here. And this is where I really had interest in it earlier, was with this strong shift of market structure right out of this low trend line, which we don't even really need. Right? It's still above it. If you look right here, we're still maintaining this as well. So price just almost took the TP earlier. We'll let it go to it now, and then most likely execute a short off of this area of liquidity. Yeah, brother. So it's more or less like, even if you're scalping, you have to really play all of the games. You have to make sure that even the weekly has confluence with the daily. And yeah, speaking of that right here, weekly, so we obviously overextended. We're going to have to sweep that area of liquidity before going down. And we have these two relative equal highs on the weekly. but it's mostly just making sure they all agree with each other. Because you can be in a trade in with 15 minutes, but you still have to have the bigger time frames agree. If you don't, then you're gonna have the 1 minute go directions that make no sense. You have to make sure they're all agreeing. Then, like even right now, you'll see it play through. Got a huge hammer candle right here. 3 back-to-back bullish engulfing. Really good change of market structure right here. About at 12:04. A big thing I'm seeing play out right now is like, you see this is not a swipe of liquidity because you have highs that are higher than it. We also just had price completely fill it back in and validating it. I'm guessing we just reacted off the equilibrium somewhere. Guarantee it. Yep. Yep. So what I mean by that is this right here. Bam. Bam. Look exactly where we reacted off of. 0.5 Fibonacci, aka equilibrium. And over time, as I teach you guys this shit, you literally just, by the way price reacting in a shorter time frame, you'll literally be able to read it and understand like it's hit like an equilibrium somewhere, which is 50%. And some manipulation. People tried selling it right here, not realizing we just reacted off of equilibrium. And even if you just were to count how many bull candles there are versus not, and if you were to even just see how this was forced down and then it was like nope, canceled, then it's completely invalidated. I believe price is gonna take out the relative equal highs all the way over here. Goddamn, 1 minute. All the way right here. Then we'll change market structure to the downside and now go short. And this is how the market works, because yeah, on some time frames it looks like it's going to go short, but you have to have things that all coincide with each other. Like this bounce off of equilibrium with those two relative equal highs that are proven to be liquidity. Like it's not just like one thing. You have to go in here and I personally look at like 20 different things. And as we can see, it's trades completely. And if anybody asking, like I would enter in now based off of the touch off of equilibrium, based off of the change in immediate market structure, based off of it being noon, I would enter in that now. Not telling you what to do, not financial advice, just what I would do. And let me know, guys, if you want the canvas to be darker, like black, or this white, like yellowish. Sorry about all that damn noise. Fucking women's no job. Sorry guys, I'll turn the mic back on here in a minute. And the camera. It's being bothered. I'll be turning the mic back on here shortly, but if you're looking right here, don't trip. Completely have the change of market structure. There's nothing wrong with this right here. You can even see it going like, if you really want to test it, touch right here, equilibrium. So if you're looking to scale up, a reaction off of this green area right here would be really good, which as we see sometimes it reacts off of even this area. Sorry, just trying to get all these fucking chats right, just like hell of them. So there we go. Ooh, we might get stopped out right here. Nope. We'll see though. We'll see it's major. Nope. Right here. So it's a little bit below the 0.5 fib, but I'm thinking we can get a reaction like within this range right here, right? Which we're doing. That's why you manage your margin, because what we're seeing right here is called the swing low. Price is swinging right down here to this area of liquidity to stop people out, so that way the whales can fill their orders. And you guys will see this a little example, and please learn from it. Because everybody and their mama, they see this right here, they're like, I'm going short. No, liquidity lies outside of these lows. We had this reaction off the 25 equilibrium, the higher time frame. We have right here the change of market structure. This right here is a take of liquidity, which forms into manipulation. But the good thing about this is once we are taking this, the price has the physical ability to actually head up. Because we can see it being fought because of the liquidity that lied right here. But if you guys in on this, I would place your stop loss below this wick. I would place your stop loss, as I said earlier, at 102,000. Ooh. If we hit that 102, then we'll be stopped out. But I believe this right here is going to keep us in. The high time frame, relative equal highs are too strong of a grab. Oh yeah, it's good though. I leverage down, but this right here is a liquidity sweep. So this right here is really good to shoot up. It's going to shoot up after this hard. Guarantee it. And if it does shoot up after this, like the video, like the stream. I know it will. I've seen this shit tens of thousands of times. This is called a swing low. Take up liquidity. There's trend line liquidity, which we're shooting towards. There's swing low and swing highs, right? If we look at the time, like I've said in my past streams, I've always said this in notices, right? A lot of times before around psychological hour, we'll get a manipulation in the form of a swing or just manipulation in general, right? But look at what time it is, how conveniently. So usually by that 1 o'clock market, if you see manipulation like this before around psychological hour, usually, and it's not every time, it's just this is a good sign all these lining up. Usually, I guarantee at 1 o'clock, were gone. For Elon Musk out of that bitch. Where Dogecoin, motherfucking. And actually, I have screenshots. I traded Dogecoin when it was. I bought 7 million of them or so for like 1,000. That was like a few thousand for like 1 million. I still have screenshots of it. You're like, oh, you should have held. I'm like, no, that's literally a gamble. That's luck. That's hype investing. It's manipulation, as I said, it's manipulation for around psychological hours. So, like, even without the time being shown, if I see this, like, I could even guess. That's why I looked at the time, like, I saw this and I'm like, yep, it's coming up to the around psychological hour. Same shit happens on market opens. But, as I said, at 10 minutes before 1, we had that take a liquidity. Now, as 1 approaches, we're going to see huge bull pressure come in, because now price stop people out that were buying, stop people out that were selling, and it could physically go up because it doesn't have this area of liquidity holding it. And then we just created higher lows too. And if you look, even with that take of liquidity, still within bullish fractal market structure. See? And you got people really shorting it. bad. I decided to fucking mic muted as I explained that. Sorry about that. With the sweep of liquidity, we still have bullish market structure. I said at 1 o'clock, that's when we're going to shoot up, right? Look at this. Same thing happened yesterday. Right before 5 o'clock, it was 450. Big sell. Look right here. 1250. Big sell. Look. Bam. Big sell right at 150. Here would be 1250. And now look, as we're approaching 1, and it all coincides with itself, because as we're approaching 1, we're approaching this support. Isn't that crazy how that plays out? But, like I said, 1 o'clock. Same thing happened right here. Bam, 5 hit, instant. Same thing even right here. Look, before 8, 7, and 8 hit. As soon as 8 hit, bam. This is called pre-market manipulation. Now look, 2 minutes away from 1 o'clock, and we got big bulls. So take note of this. This is a sweep of liquidity. Swing low. I think one of the folks had stopped out on YouTube. I told him to put stop loss 102 below here, but he might have taken out this type of liquidity. But that's why this does that. No, I believe it's not going to keep going down at all. Look, watch what's about to happen at 1 o'clock. We're approaching support right at 1 o'clock. It's pre-market manipulation. 30 seconds away. Watch this magic. 10 seconds. Not lying. Seen this shit thousands of times. Bam. Look. 1 o'clock just hit. Watch. Watch. 1 o'clock just hit. And it's very simple. We've done it literally with each swing we've had. We've done the same thing. We've had price manipulate down. So look, and here's one. Bam, one's coming in, and we're seeing the. And look, even if I want to go like this too, I don't use indicators, but if anybody wants to see the volume, there's the volume in the pre-market. Real quick, I'm going to search here. But look, look at how convenient, literally at the candle of the hour change. Like I said, if we start going up at 1 o'clock, You guys gotta follow or like, depends what platform you're on. But look, this is proof. Look, 59, 2 o'clock. As soon as 2 o'clock hit, bullish engulfing. Right off of the equal lows, like I said. And obviously it's weekend volume. We're still seeing the reaction, but it's not going to be as drastic as it was on Friday. So. Super kosher. No, it doesn't. It doesn't really happen at like every day or anything. So like you have to have them line up. So like if I see like price shoot down, and like it's obviously a fake sweep of liquidity to trick people because it's not above these highs. On top of us being in equilibrium on the higher time frame right here. Right here. Oh, wrong way. If I were to place it right here. We're in equilibrium, 15 minute. So on top of us being equilibrium, 15 minute, we have this area of liquidity, like I said, in the daily. So on top of us being overall bullish, with that pull down before 1 o'clock, and strictly the pull down started 10 minutes before 1 o'clock, it kind of set itself up. But it's not going to happen every single time. And it's not like a 1 o'clock manipulation. It's you get them. Let me show you. You get them before round psychological hours, which happen to be like market opens a lot of times. I'm gonna pop this up real quick. So look, right here. There's really no markets that open because they're closed. But look right here. Right? We would have London open. Right? But it's the opposite side of the schedule. That would be at nighttime. With that being said, they're round psychological hours. You want to look for like 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, noon. But like, let's say, which can happen to, let's say, before, let's say before 1 o'clock, we seen price going like this. If we seen price going like this before 1 o'clock, bad sign. Because it'd be the same thing but opposite. It would be manipulated before a certain time, and it can be even be like 3 o'clock. It doesn't have to be like 1. It's pretty cool. It's right here. As soon as 2 o'clock hit, bam. And that's New York time. I'm in Central, but I usually go by New York. Look at that. And I cannot make this up. Cannot make this up. Look right here. So the same thing, but opposite. Bam, look, I didn't even have to check the time, and I spotted it. Now I'm checking the time, and this is one of them. Like I said, 3 o'clock is another interesting one. Look what started at 2:50 a.m. exactly. Same thing, but opposite. Like I said, if we started to buy up at 10 prior, at 10 till, that'd be bad, because look, 10 minutes till 3 a.m., look what we had. Bam, big buy up. Then look what happened. As soon as 3 a.m. hit, bullish engulfing. Bam, then sell. So we're essentially doing like the same thing, but opposite. 100%. Bam, round psychological hour, bullish engulfing. And not only that, look, when we had this manipulation upside, we were at a high that was already there. So we manipulated up, took liquidity, bam. And as you can see, like, on the 1 minute, we're forming a double bottom. Chart go like this. Something like that. Do me a huge favor and share the stream. Make sure you definitely follow and subscribe, because look, I was right. I don't believe it, even though the 1 minute looks bearish as manipulation. Look right here. And not only that, this high that we swept right before we hit one, this high is not higher than these. And folks, after that, after these highs get swept out, we'll we'll wait for market structure to shift bearish. After that, we'll be targeting 100,000. Yep, which I remember exactly at the 0.5 fib equilibrium at the 15 minute. Hit 100,000. And what's crazy is that's a round psychological number, so it's exactly 100,000, and it happens to be at equilibrium. See how this is at damn near 105. Also, throw down in the comments, guys, if you would much rather have it, real quick, if you would rather have it white like that or black like this. I think I usually use the black canvas because the colors pop better and it's not bad in your eyes. But look, I said, for anybody who's watching, we had this take liquidity before 1 o'clock. It was exactly at 12:50. Had the same shit here in the past. Same shit here in the past. Look. Right here. What was this one? Look. Buy up. Look at the time. 4:50. My bad. It's the one I was looking at right earlier. Right here. Big fake bullish pressure at 3:50, and then 4 o'clock hit. Look, bam. So we're kind of doing the same thing but opposite. And like I said, earlier that if we start buying up at 1 o'clock off of this, you guys gotta like, follow, subscribe, do whatever, because this is real shit. And as we progress, we'll get better equipment. So we got the light. I'm about to connect a better microphone here in a second, and then got a webcam someone gifted me, and then the last thing would be even better mic. But look at the timing. Look what happened. Bam, Bryce 50 hit. Swipe right down to negative liquidity. As soon as 2 o'clock hit New York, 1 o'clock here, but 2 o'clock New York. Bam, bullish go open. Hammerhead, another hammerhead. Let me turn on this light. I'll be right back, folks. Alrighty. I got it set back to the higher quality microphone. Let me know how it sounds if you can. The PC's roaring pretty loud. Jesus Christ, don't mind all that noise. just turn this down for a second. Yo. For those of you just joining, like I said before, stops are at 102,000. But we're perfectly golden. We had pre-market manipulation. I just showed, you can go back in the stream if you want to see me back test it, but essentially we lined up to have, if you look right here, 150 hit, manipulation, 2 o'clock hit, as soon as 2 o'clock hit, bullish engulfing. Shit happens day in and day out. Look right here. Same thing, look, 750. 8 o'clock. Bam. Goodbye. Essentially, party folks, this will be kind of like what we were doing last weekend. Last weekend we were shorting just that ticket liquidity, then we went long up to 102. Then it pushed up a little higher, but I'd rather take a profit at a reasonable area. But overall, price is bearish. But that's more of a reason why I'm buying, which sounds contradicting. But no, it's because since we're bearish, we have the relative equal highs at high time frame liquidity. Price wants to take out these highs one more time, based off of the change of market structure as well. We already bounced off of equilibrium. And then you can already see earlier it almost touched it, wanted to, but it didn't yet. But it has to. That's why we're seeing consolidation, because price cannot physically go lower without stopping people out, which is doing in the form of manipulation. We're all kosher. We got stops at 102. Alulos 78, appreciate the follow on Kick. We're also live on YouTube and Twitch, so whichever works best for you guys. Is it good to enter a new long small lot? I will give it I will give it like literally only 1 or 2 more minutes. If we break this low, I wouldn't, but if we literally go like this, like how my line is, which I can still see happening, continue bullish market structure above here, then I would go long with an aggressive long, but with a tight take profit at 104,282, I believe. No. Oh, 104,267. Oh, I was close. It's hard to remember all these little numbers. I don't even trade crypto mainly. And it moves hella slow. And At Los, I would, yeah, honestly, if we look right here, right where we're sitting, look, consolidation, reaction down, consolidation. Guarantee if I go to the past, there's been some type of reaction consolidation from where we're sitting. Huge consolidation. Huge reaction. So honestly, to answer your question, I would go long now. Yo. Let me preview the audio. It looks like I just turned on a noise cancellation for the background. Let's see how it sounds. Way better. Oh, I have to adjust something too. It's the colors maybe. Yeah, I'm just previewing the stream and it looks like shit, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. It might be the way to. I'll do this on the other screen. Let me see if it looks like that. I actually don't. It's just the way the screen's looking. Maybe. Yeah, I could change that back to the better noise suppression. It sounds better now. Let me play. Test, test, test. There we go. How to fix that fan noise? It's getting all this adjusted for the chest. My bad. It's a hike to have, because my other monitors smaller, and I have you guys in my bigger one. The best stream experience, and I have like 4 different windows on this smaller screen, so that way I can keep updated with you guys. Hell yeah. I appreciate your feedback too, Aguilos. I didn't know this, but I'll show you real quick. I didn't know, and here, I checked it out. I was curious. If you use OBS, you go to filters, and then this one works better. And then I just turned down my volume to cut it out. It sounds a lot better now. Check that out. I hope you entered off that. I hope you entered off that. I definitely would. If you guys have not yet, I definitely would. And continue to stay tuned in if you guys are, because the ones who like that I take note of and like engage and like are actually here will continue to have free signals and education. But when I go full time, those folks will be they'll be paying for the same stuff you guys will be getting for free for life. This would be locked in already. The last trading stream we had, YouTube was the best performer. We had 100 people tune in. Right now, we only have got 26 so far, but I'm feeling the world. Oh, earlier today when we were streaming a few games on Twitch, Twitch performed the best that it's ever. We had like 10 people follow along and like 10 people engage. But my whole thing is as we progress and hit milestones, I'm gonna get better shit. But right now we already have a fucking super computer, so it's good enough. Make sure you turn your quality. You go to settings in your streaming at the bottom, like right here, and turn the quality up all the way. Because I'm streaming at full everything, but just make sure you have it turned up that way. I got you, Kyle. And if you're looking for an entry, Kyle, this would be optimal. We didn't touch the stop loss on 102. We manipulated right before around round hour. It's a perfect setup, just like we've seen here in the past. You guys can even check your charts, like, okay, right here. Bam. Look at what time that was. Right before 5 o'clock, we had huge manipulation, right? Look what happened at 5 o'clock. Bam, you start to see bullish come in, which eventually took us up here. It's great to see that fucking noise is gone. Anytime I check this, I would see this the fucking bar going crazy. I'm like, damn, it probably sounds like a fucking skydiving. Not anymore. Also, shout out to Kyle right here. You guys, moderation spots are definitely limited. If you guys show enough effort and like actually are engaging and learning, I moderate people every once in a while and they prove themselves. And in the future, when for full time, that's not going to be a thing. So I would take advantage, especially the free courses right now. Like I said, it stops at 102. We'll be business as well easily. I can definitely see us going like manipulating out of this range, filling this gap that's right here. Because I was looking, I'm like, oh, we still have a little bit of bullish pressure. That's no biggie. Because this gap, we have an imbalance, the gap will get filled. Bend it up. Look what happens to be at the bottom of that gap. Support. It's not always perfect, but generally, it's literally co-founder 3000. You're gonna see different examples of that right here. Create this gap. Gap is filled. Looking for any more. This was a fake swing of liquidity, kind of like what we just had. Where it swung to, it did not lie above any highs. So it's fake. But on the flip side, look, when we swung down here above these lows, Elon Musk in that bitch. When we swung right here below these lows, Elon Musk in that bitch. And all I'm bringing all this to is there's no problem with us swooping below these, because a lot of times you can go like this and manipulate below the lows and then head up, which is what we're seeing. Look what we just saw. We just saw price fill that gap. That's why I looked over here, because I'm like, oh, is there a gap that needs filled? There is. So price filled that gap. Now it's comfortable with moving out. And look, that area it swept was below these lows, just like I showed you in the past. Now we got fucking Elon Musk buying this bitch right now. Look at this shit. Y'all. And I just literally, like, I'm happy as hell y'all tuned in to see this shit live, because I literally just explained why price swiped below this and had a good reaction. Fill this gap. Now, I don't want to scare you with the smaller time frames, because if you look at the 4 hour, look, still fractal bullish. Still fractal bullish. Sorry if you can hear a little bit of background noise. The neighbor's loud as hell right now. Yeah, they're trifling. But yeah, guys, have patience. Patience pays. Bottom line is, I'm still 100% valid on this, especially after we swept this area of liquidity that lies outside of these lows. I'll even bring it back to you guys again. Because I had someone in last stream ask me if I backtest, and I literally do it like the whole stream. So, check it out. All right, right here. Before we had this sell-off, right? Look at all these highs. Bam, we had to take to the upside. Above these highs. Downside, right? Even look at the timing too. That's crazy. Look, 950. Around, like before that round psychological hour. You see this manipulation, and then we had the time change to 11. Then we decided where we wanted to go. Look right here. 805, 820, 8 blah blah. Bam, 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 and bam. 850, 9. And this right here, if you look at this, yeah, this sweep is above these highs. Looks like a sweep of buy side liquidity go to downside. But nope, look. Price created a huge fair value gap. Never even touched equilibrium. Did right here, but it didn't retrace all the way down to it. Big bullish. Damn, it's already been a 2-hour stream. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, I know this is boring. It's the nature of this shit on the weekend, but with no news and stuff going on, sometimes you can capitalize on this. We're good. We got it. Literally, so all the way down here below these lows, we got our stop losses right here. That's why I said 102,000. Anyone who follows or subscribes on whichever platform, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, get a shout out. Right now we got about 20, 25 people between all three platforms. And if we fully break below this line, I still have enough margin, right? And what I'm saying is, this is another play I see coming out. Bottom line is we're going to take out those equal highs. But worst case scenario, if we do go below these lows, we're going to take this because it's below these. I don't believe that. I believe the 1 o'clock push is still valid. But this right here was the one thing that was holding us back. We had a major gap that needed filled. Damn, check out that circle though. I just did that shit was clean as hell, I ain't gonna lie. So like this right here, projection didn't play out perfect, but it would have played out exactly perfect if it wasn't the gap. Still gonna play out though, look. You still there, Iulos? Iulos 78. I'm only checking. I check with some people just because I want to keep them in their trade. I don't want nobody losing. I've already done all the losing throughout the years to win. This fucking shit does not. I'm gonna go like this. If you guys were on the stream last night at the games, it's hard to manage because I was just running off of one screen. I don't understand how people could. It's almost like it's not a good viewing quality if you're just going off of one screen because you're gonna see all the behind the scenes. Bad patience, guys. Oh my bad. It's definitely playing out. It just has a manipulation plus weekend value. Essentially, I want to even, with it being just Saturday, I want to even go for a move like this usually. But if we can see, we still have momentum. We are overextended. Don't mind all that shit. We are overextended. We have momentum. Price is going to want to sweep those. Look what even happened right here. Swept. Gone. We're going to sweep and be gone. And also, to give you guys like a really important dip into the fundamental sides of things, I don't know if you guys are keeping up on that. We had the Pakistan-India war really started picking up, right? So markets went to risk-on assets like Bitcoin, New Zealand US dollar, USD. Let me show you, for example. I haven't even checked out US dollar. Guarantee we saw some bullish reaction Friday. Nothing crazy, but look, bullish reaction Friday. It's just people putting their money into things even like gold, as I'll show you. What we have. Each buy up on gold, US dollar, I bet fell. And you guys can check yourself, but I know without even looking. With that being said, this is the reason why I'm taking this place, because we had people put their money into risk on SS, which caused the push up, right? With that being said, then we have residual momentum still left over from that. And with the war being more or less like something under control and not like a virus, they just had major firefights last night. And then today they agreed on a ceasefire for a little bit. What I'm getting to is with that ceasefire happening, we're going to see that sell off after we take this liquidity. Because guess what? We're going to go back on to safe haven assets like US dollar. Like you'll see money getting put back into the risk off assets. And we also saw this with the tariffs when they're announced. We've seen EURUSD move the most it has since 2008. We've seen US dollar absolutely collapse. Oh, I didn't see that. My bad. I didn't see you responded. Yeah, happy to see you're still there. And then, yeah, look, see, this is exactly why over throughout the years I've been able to like find better stop losses. And what's crazy is I don't even use them anymore, because I can leave right in time because there still is slippage regardless if you have a stop loss or not. There can still be slippage. But look, if you would have been like your average Joe, put your stop loss right here, which makes sense for like the first 5-year trader. You put your stop loss right here for a long. Be like, okay, if it breaks below this support, it's going further down. Nope, nope, no, no, no. Earlier, I said stop loss is at 102,000, right? Because if we push below these lows, then we're actually going down. But what we're doing right here is we're still continuing to grab that liquidity that lies below these lows. I'm checking a few things, man. I'm gonna check a preview on Twitch because it's telling me it does this sometimes. It's telling me it's not running right, but all the others are running right, and it looks like it's running right. Yeah, I'm hearing the audio is kind of cutting out a tiny bit, but I just adjusted the buffer size on the audio, so let's see if that changes. Oh, it sounds even worse, so now we'll adjust it the other way. Test 1 2. There you go. That probably sounds better now. I don't even know what the hell buffer rate is with audio, but it needed to be up higher. to. And I've done this the past 2 streams. Someone asked for a stop loss, and it just perfectly is like the most optimal stop loss ever, to where it almost touches it, but it still keeps them within the trade, essentially covering your ass without stopping you out. So I hope you guys are learning from this. This is a sweep of liquidity. And everyone and their mom was putting their stop losses right here. I don't blame you. But that's not how liquidity works. Like I've been said, if you're looking for a buy, you want price to sweep of a proven area of liquidity below the lows, which is pretty much the opposite of what usual market structure is based off of. But that's why it's like that, is to completely, literally stop people out both sides of the market. People were short, getting stopped out now, and people were already going long right here and got stopped out. Yo. Holy shit. Oh, we're good. I thought my audio wasn't going. That damn noise cancelling's too good. Yeah, guys, we're shooting for 104,267, I believe. Let's see. Hey, I remembered it. 104,267 on dot. Then you can place a sell limit right around here. I wouldn't even place a sell limit. I would just wait for it to touch there at 104, and then wait till you see the shift in market structure to the downside, then go in a sell. This way, with this play, is you're making money both ways in the market. You're making money off of the sweep of liquidity, then you'll make money off the big boy move that's actually coming after the sweep of liquidity. What's beautiful about my technique is that most people wait for this to be taken out to go in a short, but we'll literally make some on the way up before we go short, essentially compounding our interest. Compounding our lot size, sorry. Yeah, it really depends. And like, dude, it all depends. There's not like certain pairs that have stop losses that are adjustable. No, like I was trading NASDAQ or any Forex pairs last week, and it's all the same concepts. Like the reason the stop loss was further down here is because I saw that the area of liquidity that was potentially being able to take, like it has, and I had reasoning behind myself, not confusing me. I had reasoning as to why we were even pushing down even further, and it was this gap right here. And if you look, it's amazing, guys. Look, because like I said, when we started manipulating down further, I said, oh, it's because we need to fill that gap. That's why. Look what we did. As soon as we filled that gap, right to the upside. So the stop losses really on every pair is, you can have the stop losses be the opposite the next day. So like it really, the way I go about it is it all depends how the markets, it all depends on all of the fun, everything put together. Because let's say there wasn't this gap right here and we started breaking hella fast down, and we didn't have this area of consolidation at 102, I would have left. I would have left up here. But we will capitalize on this. And if you guys check this out, not perfectly, but if you check out the painting I put on here earlier, it's pretty much following it. I appreciate you, Atlas. Usually we have more people subscribing and following by now, but appreciate you being so far the only one. You guys show some appreciation to work like Atlas. It's been 2.5 hours, and literally, if you've been following this, you'd be in profit and still be set up for huge trades after we take this liquidity. And most importantly, like, we'd be living this live. Alright, if there's any issues with Twitch, I'm gonna check it out because there's like nobody popping up, man. It says unstable, but I think a young motherfucker's okay. Let's see. Oh, maybe it might be a kid. No, it's good actually. A guy for the sorry guys, doing some midstream adjustments real quick. I'll also turn on this light a little bit. Running way too bright. Yeah, I'm hoping it's not having any issues. Let me know, guys, in the chat if you guys have any issues. Oh, wait, hold on. We're absolutely golden. That's interesting. Is the audio not coming through? What the fuck? Oh, I see. My dumbass. I had the fucking site muted, so I was sitting here previewing my stream, and it was muted. Oh, it looks like we have some disconnection issues. Yep. It's loading. Sorry, guys, trying to manage YouTube real quick. Test 1 2 1 2. Oh, it's buffering again. There's a mission right now, but yeah, it keeps buffering. Let's see if that fixes it. Hopefully. Sorry about it, guys. Making sure that YouTube's running smoothly. YouTube is the only one that's just keeps buffering, so I'm gonna restart the YouTube stream. But anyone that's